Hyman Moscot, came here in 1899 from Eastern Europe, escaping some of the oppression back there. He was an optician, and he came to New York City through Ellis Island to the Lower East Side and set up a push cart and sold eyeglasses from his push cart, which is why a push cart is our logo. To this day, this street, Orchard Street, where we're sitting right now, was the street where everybody had their push cart and they sold all their different wares. Eyeglasses, cosmetics, underwear, all from a push cart. And my great-grandfather Hyman was an optician and sold glasses on the push cart. He gave birth to a son in 1910, Saul Moscot, who was my grandfather, who became one of the first licensed opticians in New York City. Saul opened up a shop with his father on Rivington Street. They moved around the corner to Orchard Street, where we stayed for the next 90 plus years. Saul's son is Joel Moscot. He's the third generation, my father. He's also an optician, and he oversaw the business for about 40 years. Then I entered the business in 1986 full-time as an optometrist, a doctor of optometry, to examine eyes and assist my dad in running the shop and taking care of all the customers of New York City, giving them full service eye exam and eyeglasses, Moscot eyeglasses. My brother joined the business. He was an optician as well. You had to be an optician or an eye doctor to enter the business. 4 generations. Unfortunately, my brother passed away in 2010. So I had the good fortune of having the 5th generation, my son Zachary, enter the business about 7 years ago as a trained product designer to help continue creating our classic and iconic or classiconic frame designs. And the rest is history. Good design is good design, whether it's good design in the 40s, the 90s, or 2050. Good design is good design. It doesn't respect timelines. If it's a well-designed, whether it's a piece of furniture, an eyewear frame, it perseveres. Just like wingtip shoes, a lady's black cocktail dress, a good pair of jeans, and a white t-shirt. It just continues.
Fortunately, it's a market or a business now that's growing and opening, but we represent, a certain part of the market where people come to us for our service, our timeless design, our products. So I think, like Harvey said, whether it's a pair of jeans, a white t-shirt, people need, multiple options, multiple price points, multiple forms of quality, different designs, whether they view them as trendier designs or more timeless heritage designs. So for us, it's really grown the market globally, and that's really helped us to grow our business as well.
Yeah, and I just want to add that I think it's just the evolution from eyeglasses being a medical device to a fashion accessory has arrived, and it's solidified. And all these brands that you discussed coming to the market or entering the eyewear market just helps establish eyewear as an accessory, just like a belt or your watch or a nice scarf. Why should eyewear be any different? It does address a visual need, but it also is very prominent on your face. So the first thing I noticed when I met Chris was his eyewear. Not because I'm in eyewear, because I'm looking at his face. So it's a very important accessory, and I think that's been becoming more and more established in fashion and in the world.
I mean, it's growing, like Harvey said. We are focusing on telling our story, and something we can do now, it's 2019, is we don't rely on index cards and mail like my great-grandfather did, but we tell our story now in a digitally savvy way and through other, means of communication. So something that we are focusing on is telling our story around the world to fans, to people that appreciate what we are, the craft that we do, and understand, quality, independent eyewear that want to
And
learn
think
more
about how amazing social media has been for brands being able to communicate directly with fans. We'll get a fan from Bangkok, Thailand that goes onto our Instagram. They might like a photo, they might ask a specific question, and in 5 minutes their answer is provided by our staff, by Zach. He'll even answer their questions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just an amazing point of contact, the ability to bridge the gap globally between the brand and the consumer. That's what makes us excited digitally. we get digitally excited.
It's great. I mean, it's really a pleasure to be able to come to work and see my dad. I mean, it's part of the legacy that we really try to carry on, and he got to work with his father, and his father got to work with his father, and his father's father worked with his father. And so learning from the prior generation, understanding how those values and all of those things that he knows, but things he also learned from the generation before him, and understanding how to carry that into the new wave or the evolving, version of our brand and our story is really important.
I guess the answer would be you're never too old to learn. And if you think you are, that's when it's time to move on. So, fifth generation, he comes to the business with a different perspective, a different education than I had, a design background. So that's interesting to me, hearing a fresh perspective, being respectful towards a younger, more maybe progressive viewpoint. It's being open-minded, Maybe if your dad was more open-minded, you'd want to work with him. We both like music. We both play guitar. We'll play guitar on weekends together if he comes over. We like to hit the golf ball together. We like doing that. I think we both love food.
Food, fitness,
tequila. I mean, a lot of things. We like a lot of things.
And we also like glasses.
Timeless classic, Johnny Coltrane. The Other Side of Midnight. It's like a timeless sound that I can put on at 5 o'clock. We have vinyl back there, and everybody enjoys it. So it's kind of timeless, classiconic.
I guess maybe we need another chair and another generation.
And you need to get busy?
Yeah.
And you need to get busy?
The sixth generation.
No, I think it's just the continued passion for what we do, for our heritage, not to be mindful of where we came from and where we have to go with the same values of, the best quality, treating people fairly, making it memorable. It's pretty simple. And just, staying true to who we are.
And not deviating from what we know best, which is really eyewear, optics, and good quality timeless design.
Moscot's not coming out with neon colored, fiberglass frames. That's not who we are, or necessarily being, experimental with new types of hinges. The old ones work just fine, and we just make them as good as they can be, and make a product that people enjoy wearing that lasts a long time. We don't guide the company based on achieving, sales targets. We guide the company based on preserving our integrity and the brand's integrity. So it's always been like we try to maintain a slow rise rather than this and this, as long as we're in control. That's we have to be proud and love what we do. And we're not the brand that's mass market, discount stores. That's not who we are. So right now the pressure, we don't have outside pressure to do things that would ever jeopardize the brand. Brand is number one.